Hello. I'm going to be making a lot of people angry in this video today. Those of you who have followed me on this journey from the beginning know that this is the beginning. I started with Granite. I've already listened to this song. Oh no! I've already listened to this song, guys. Back whenever I started these music reaction videos, Granite was the very first song that I listened to. Don't talk to me. And I didn't know what I was getting into whatsoever. And I'm going to listen to it today. I mean, I've listened to it a handful of times, sure, over the past couple months, but I'm going to also talk about the car crash theory. And I know, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to make a lot of people angry, okay? Not that I 100% believe this to be true, but we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to give my thoughts. If you want to skip to that part of the video, it's in the discussion. So it's going to be after this, after the song, after we listen to this song. If you want to see me listen to this song and stuff, then you can. But if you don't feel like doing that, then just skip ahead, okay? My name's Reagan. I'm going through the whole Sleep Token discography. We're on Granite. We just listened to The Summoning. Fire, fire, fire. Loved it. Check out that video. If you've not seen that video, check out that video. It was super fun. I'm excited to get into it. Let's just go. I love that they start with this, and it's like, it kind of feels like a lot of their early songs, especially like in Sundowning, we have the piano and like pretty vocals. Like that's been a staple, but now the vocals are a lot more heavy, in this album. Like so far, what do we have? Chokehold, The Summoning, and now this. Are there two vocalists here? Are these two different guys? Okay. One thing I actually didn't notice until I just listened to it here, because here's the thing, back then I had different headphones than I have now, and I've not listened to this with these headphones on the computer ever, literally ever. This is the first time, but what they've done in many of these songs, and they do it here as well, it's more subtle in this song, is like they have they have Vessel singing, they have his vocals, and then they have Vessel singing again behind, and it's like way higher, like way more airy and just like lofty. But it's really quiet here. Usually they're not subtle with it, but this time it's really subtle. And also the electronic drum pad that 2 uses, I like it a lot. I said this in my initial video, and I've said this in previous videos too. Like I prefer regular drums, sure, but like the fact of the matter is, like, Sleep Token is not a regular band, guys, and they use all the tools they have. And I love the fact also that Vessel has all of the tools. He can play piano, he can play guitar, bass guitar, he can play like a harp, what other, like a kalimba or some other. He plays weird instruments. He can literally do it all. He's a musician, you know? And I said it in the last video, The Summoning, I want more piano. I want more piano because he does really interesting things with piano, and also he makes it like more of a prominent instrument, like, because it's usually not such a prominent thing, especially in like this kind of genre, which I know this is a lot of the genres, whatever, but like music that I listen to in general, if there's a piano, it's not special, you know what I mean? And I feel like Vessel has that tool in his tool belt, and I want to see more of it. I'm just being honest, I want to see more of it. I know I got off on a tangent, but there's got to be another vocalist here, guys. What is this? So that like boom, boom, boom in the background, is that actually a bass guitar? Or is that more like electronic sounds from like a drum pad or something? I'm a little confused. Because I know we have him on the drum pad. And then we got those beautiful, like, angelic noises in the background that are just elevating that heavy voice. And 2's just hitting his doom doom ch. Whoa. I love the drums in it. And we get another, like, that I am, that long held, like, sustained note that he does, that he's been doing specifically in this album. And I've really liked it so far. So what I also love is, like, this, like, in this song specifically, he doesn't really do it a ton in other songs, it feels like, for 2. I'm talking about 2 here. So he's doing, like, his like, cymbals, this, like, kind of, like, falling, like, drums. He does, like, he's got his cymbals here, and then he does, like, he hits it on the top, like, tss, 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 and then he hits, like, them more fully, you know what I mean, like the actual drum, the actual cymbal proper, and then he goes down to his toms. And he doesn't do that a ton in his other songs. And the thing is, like, he definitely does have this style, like this almost like jazzy, metally, like frenetic, insane drumming style, and I really, really love it. But he like, in that, with like kind of the nature of jazz alone, he changes it up. He changes it up. You don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna reset my camera. Okay, this is where people get mad. This is whenever we're gonna get into it. So I think the initial event, whether it be hurting himself or whether it be getting into a car crash, was Atlantic. Okay, let's, for the sake of this video, for the sake of us talking, okay? I mean, like, the lyrics in Atlantic are pretty plainly self-harm, yes, but let's just go over them a little bit, a couple of the lyrics, and let's talk about some others, okay? Especially Granite. But it says, call me when they bury bodies underwater. It's blue light over murder for me. Okay, so obviously we know blue light, that's like the police or the ambulance, those kind of lights and stuff like that. Like, why would he mention murder? Like, if he's why would you even mention it unless that's like a potential thing that it was, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna actually skip ahead to wash away the blood on my hands, which, yeah, we initially thought it's his own blood, but like, what if it's not his blood? Because we're talking about murder, we're talking about the blood on his hands. It could be that. So we're going to go back to the lyrics, and we're saying, crumble like a temple built from future daughters to wasteland when the oceans recede. So I feel like the person he was with, a female, who I think she was driving. I would say she's driving. Yeah, she's driving because of the lyrics we get into Granite. She died. And future daughters is like an allusion to her having future daughters. Maybe she was pregnant, or maybe that's just like a possibility. I'm not sure. And like we get these lyrics like with the ocean. And honestly, I wasn't planning on bringing this up, but now I've think about it because I just recently watched my Fall For Me video. Like, you know, him walking into the ocean, which we know that is an allusion to like someone who he cares deeply about doing that to themselves. But we still get this ocean theme like all throughout all of Tomb, of course. And the next thing is they talk me through the damage, consequence, and how it's a pain they know they don't understand. The thing is, I feel like they don't understand because they don't understand that it was an accident, that it wasn't meant to happen, though it is very heavily his fault. And he's trying not to crush into sand because he's incredibly guilty. So flood me like Atlantic, weather me to nothing, wash away the blood on my hands. We already talked about that. So whenever we get to the few lyrics from Dark Signs, it says, and if you saw the marks on my dashboard, the new scars that I didn't ask for, would you call asking for answers? And then tear my arms off. The thing is like, why would this line, if you saw the marks on my dashboard, why would this line ever be there? What does it have to do with the rest of the song? Like, why would that ever be there? And the thing is, like, he didn't ask for the scars that he got, okay? Either from hurting himself or the scars from the crash, which is the same reason he has marks on his dashboard. The thing is, whenever he says, would you call asking for answers? I'm thinking like the person that he was with, let's say like they're close to him and they see that he has marks on his arms and they'd like be like, hey, you know, what's wrong? What happened? And the thing is like, she cannot call asking for answers because she passed away, you know, and that's why he wants to tear his arms off, because they're a reminder of what happened. And what happened, we get more details in Granite. We start with sulfur on your breath, which we know sulfur is used to make tires, okay? Like the vulcanization of the rubber of the tires, sulfur is a key component in making tires like durable or something like that. And then granite in my chest, that's so very self-explanatory. Whenever, if you got in a wreck, you know, you just like into the granite, into the street, whatever, because a lot of streets are made out of granite. And then he says, you won't ever have to talk about it. You'll never want to talk about it. The thing is like, you won't ever have to talk about it because you're no longer here with us. And you'll never want to talk about it because it's like embarrassing. Not embarrassing. It's like a shame. It's a tragedy. It's like, it's horrible. Fury, too damn late. Reason dislocates. So I think the reason this crash happened was because there was a crazy fight. They were having an insane fight. I'll come back to that, but he says, I was more than just a body in your passenger seat, and you were more than just somebody I was destined to meet. I see you go half blind when you're looking at me. So that's an important line. I think whenever he says you go half blind, it could mean two things. It could be because she's not looking at the road, you know, so you're only halfway watching the road whenever you're looking, talking, and yelling at somebody next to you. But also maybe it's so emotional that she's literally tearing up. She's literally crying whenever she looks at him because of the intensity of the conversation that's going. And then he says, between the secondhand smoke and the glass on the street, you gave me nothing whatsoever but a reason to leave. You say you want me, but you know I'm not what you need, but I am. And this is just a microcosm of his relationship with this person, because we all knew that it was incredibly toxic. And the thing is, like, I think this person, they say that they want him and they know he's not what they need, as in like, she's just using him. She's literally just using him, but he feels like he is like, I am what you need. I am good. And you say that you want me, but we both know that you actually don't. And you know that I'm not what you need. And I'm going to quickly go off on a tangent and talk about myself. There was an instance when I was in this relationship, and it's something that I've brought up in Bloodsport, for instance, and it was not a good relationship. It was not a good relationship. And we were coming back from an event, driving in her car, she was driving, and we were arguing. And it was actually insane. We got up to maybe 96 miles per hour on the highway at like 10 o'clock at night. It is extremely dangerous. And literally these things, like, you say you want me, but you know I'm not what you need. Like literally it got so bad, like the berating and stuff, that I had to put in my headphones, the horrible things that were being said, I had to put in my headphones. I'm just like, there's no point in talking because you hate me, and like you're literally just spitting venom at me, so I'm just not gonna listen, you know. And finally we got all finished, we got back, and like I'm just like getting my stuff and leaving, you know, and then she's like, well, you know, she basically was like, you know, I want you, like I don't mean it, or I don't know. It was just the most toxic, or not the most toxic, horrible relationship, but it was up there. It was really bad, and it's just like it didn't make any sense, you know. But whenever I see these lyrics, it's just like I understand. I get it. Okay, sorry. The next lines we're getting to: when you'd sit there acting like you know me, acting like you only brought me here to get below me. Never mind the death threats parting at the door. We'd rather be 6 feet under than be lonely. So I feel like that loneliness is definitely very real. Like I was not in a good place after all that happened. And I feel like there was times where I went to very, very dark places in my mind. Very, very dark places. And this whole we'd rather be 6 feet under than be lonely. It's true. I feel like humans are not meant to be isolated. They're not meant to be alone. You're meant to have community. You're meant to have a partner. You're meant to talk to somebody. And it's rough. And if you had a problem, then you should have told me before you started getting all aggressive and controlling. You only drink the water when you think it's holy. So keep an eye on the road, or we will both be here forever. I'm not going to talk more about the car crash theory and stuff like that. I mean, the lyrics in Granite, it's almost as if like there were little signs, like dark signs, no pun intended. And then we got like the actual like instance, like the moment that everything happened in Atlantic. But then whenever we're in Take Me Back to Eden and we get to Granite, we literally get so much more details on this whole story. You know, it gets expounded on, and we kind of understand things a lot better, that it looks like it was like actually like a fight that he blames himself for, but it was really both of them. But he definitely puts the blame on himself, you know, and it is all a shame. And the thing is like, yeah, this is a song. And the thing is like, we don't actually know what the actual reasons are. We don't know what the lyrics really mean. And I mean, I don't even necessarily believe it, because it's like whenever I read Atlantic, listen to it and stuff like that, it really feels like a self-harm kind of thing. But like, I can make connections. I can make subtle connections. Please, in the comments, tell me where I'm wrong. Thanks for listening to my rant. Next song is Aqua Regia. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'm excited to listen to that because that'll be a new one. Okay. That'll be a new one. So again, my name's Reagan. I'm going through all the songs. Check out 8 videos ahead or so over on Patreon if you'd like. Otherwise, do you know how unlucky that is, guys? That's very unlucky. Otherwise, have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching so much, guys. I love you.